I'm back. How's it going? It's another week, and as you can tell, I am feeling so much better. Like, so much better. This is me back to 100%. Very happy about it. Thanks for tuning in though, and it's another week of vlogs. Woo! I'm excited. What am I going to talk about today? We have a lot of things to cover, but not a lot of time, I feel. And on top of that, I'm kind of stalling. I'm still waiting for my Centauri carbon. I've been following the tracker on Reddit. If you haven't already, go check that out. It's fantastic. There's a lot of updates. You get to see all the updates to the shipments. You get to see all the updates to the printer itself, things that are releasing that Elegoo is currently working on. Is really nice. Go check it out. I am currently EUS 103, meaning I am batch 5, a couple more weeks. Okay, so just hang tight. It's coming. It's coming. Just bear with me. We'll have a printer here. We'll actually start doing some printing projects. That's what this channel is all about. In the meantime, we're gonna be doing a lot of these vlogs and random stuff around the house. I have a couple other projects I want to work on, including a 3D pen that I bought quite a few years ago, and I want to show you guys what it looks like. It's actually one of my favorite tools to use while I'm 3D printing and creating these projects. Very excited about that. I'll show you what that looks like here in the next video coming. But for today, I want to cover the whys of the channel. You know, why am I doing this? Why do you want to build a community around 3D printing when it's already pretty saturated? Because I can, because I just love it, and I love you guys. So I want to enjoy this together and have fun as we do it. I also want to cover the what's of the channel as well. Specifically, what am I gonna print? I have a full list here I'm gonna read off here in just a second, but I also want to hear from you guys. I'm gonna post a poll on Instagram here in the next couple days. What do you want to see on this channel? I'd love to see the suggestions that are coming through, and I want to build what you guys want to see. Post some suggestions, comment down below if you have anything that you'd like to see printed in the next coming updates. But I am very, very happy to be with you guys again. I just realized I was not filming that entire time. That's very embarrassing, and I just missed the whole con. So without further ado, let's just get into what are we going to print on this channel. And I have actually here a notebook. Let me list them off for you. I'd love to build some unique golf tees. I am a golfer. I don't know about you. It's just fun to think about, hey, I could print off a bunch of golf tees that I can use on the course. If you've ever seen Delicious in Dungeons, one of my favorite characters on there is Kenji, and he has a specific helmet with the mustache that pops out. I'd love to print that off. I do have to find someone who can model it for me. I'll find someone, I promise. I'd love to also build a life-size kayak. I love getting outdoors and stuff. As I mentioned on my last video, I've seen a lot of people build some life-size boats. I'd love to give it a whack, try to make a kayak if possible. Who knows if it'll turn out well. The next item I'd love to build is some ACOTAR items. If you haven't read the book yet, go read A Court of Thorn and Roses. You'll thank me later. Fantastic book series. But I'd love to build Nesta's Mask. I'd love to build the Death Trove. If you know, you know, go check it out. I'd love to build something from Fourth Wing. My wife loves that book. I'm reading through Iron Flame. Fantastic book. Well written. Rebecca Yarros. Well done. Good job. I would love to build some things from that just to have, I don't know, a dragon head or skull or something that's really interesting from Basgiath, who knows. If you haven't watched one of the series on Prime Video, it's called Final Space, made by Olin Rogers. One of my favorite just people on this earth. Such a genuine character. He does now haunt Hounds on YouTube. Go check that out too. Great series. He created an animation called Final Space. So good, honestly, so good. And one of the characters on there, Hugh, is what I would love to print off. I have a few 3D files that I found, and I'd love to print that off just to have it on my desk. And a little nod to Olin Rogers. Thank you for creating such a beautiful animation. Well-written story. You're amazing. Love you. Now, from my childhood, I do have a favorite video game of all time. It is Sly Cooper. If you haven't played the Sly Cooper series, it's back on PlayStation 2, I believe. So fun. great series, a little animated, goofy. Growing up, it was everything that I am today. So I'd love to build a Sly Cooper cane. I know that's been built before, but I'd love to build an authentic Sly Cooper cane. I also love the Jak and Daxter games. They're awesome. I have an idea for a hover bike I'd like to have just sitting on my shelf where the bike is actually hovering. I'll show you a picture right now, hopefully right here. A lot of modeling. If you haven't noticed already, a lot of these are going to be unique. A lot of things that I just have to find or source or try to model myself. I'm not a great modeler though, and we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. On the topic of video games, I also love the Portal games. I'm waiting for a next one, but while in the meantime, I'd love to build life-size Portal robots. I think that would be so cool to just have laying around. It's on the list. I have always been a Zelda fan, Majora's Mask, and I'd love to build an authentic Majora's Mask. I'd love to have a little fairy lamp. I think the little fairies that you can catch are really cool, and it'd be awesome to just have a floating fairy lamp. The Yiga armor from Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, I think that'd be so cool to have, just even the mask alone. And I also love Wind Waker, and I'd love to build the Wind Waker boat. I think that'd be so cool to have on my shelf again. I need to have a full, I'm gonna build a shelf. I'm gonna have to build a shelf at this point because I have so many things I want just sitting there in my office here. So we got a lot to do. On the topic of movies, I absolutely love the Treasure Planet movies. I think they are awesome, and they tickle that part of my childhood that I miss. So I'd love to build some Treasure Planet items, but who knows, maybe the map to Treasure Planet. Disney, if you're watching this, I don't know why you would be watching this, but if you are watching this, please go make a live action Treasure Planet. I see live action Atlantis just came out, looks amazing, but I'd love to see live action Treasure Planet. Get on it. Thank you. I also want to work out how I could make Willy Wonka's self-standing cane. If you watch the new Willy Wonka with Timothée Chalamet, I love the cane that just stands by itself. And I don't know how I could do it. Maybe weights on the bottom, just gotta balance it well, I don't know. But I would like to make that. I think it'd be really cool just to have, just kind of have a little magic, a little creative magic there. Going back to the topic of Atlantis, and now that there's a live action coming out, there's a few things I would love to build from Atlantis. The first is those statues. I'd love to somehow make a floating statue lamp if possible. I don't know how I would work that out. If I can't work that out, just a floating statue just to hang on my wall. I think it'd be so cool. One of the faces is photo right there. It'd also be cool to make the main sub that they dive into, you know, when they fight that lobster thing. With that being said, that's not all the ideas I have written down here. I don't want to share them all because there's a lot coming. And I know there's some great modelers out there that I want to start resourcing from. I'd love to build a lot of Star Wars suits. We'll see where it goes. Bear with me. We'll get through it together. The first thing I'd like to print off though is going to be for my wife. She bought this printer for me for our anniversary. She's just a blessing in my life, and I'd love to gift her something that I have made. So we'll probably be working towards the fourth wing Rakatar things for the first. We'll see what happens. After the fact though, if you would like to see something that I haven't listed here or that you just know would be a really cool build, share a comment down below, shoot me a message directly. I'd be happy to build it. There's a lot to build, so I'll go into a queue and I'll let you guys know where you're at. Anyway, that was a long-winded talk just about what we're gonna build. Let's talk about though what has been happening in the past week for me and for the channel. I did a post just recently on YouTube and also on Instagram, just a fun little skit to show off also the new logo of the channel. I don't know if it's good or not. Pretty great. I'll post an actual photo right there. So without further ado, what are we gonna do today? I have plans to go to the gym. I also would like to just go outside and walk around because it's nice. It's been really cold and rainy lately, and I'd like to get outside just to get some vitamin D. It's important for us. Without further ado, let's get moving. Let's get cracking, huh? Real quick before we get outside, I mentioned I'm really rudimentary at modeling. Here's something that I actually modeled a little while ago. It's kind of fun. Just a little flexible platypus. but this was the first thing that I modeled, and I think it turned out really well. It's print in place, so you don't have to connect anything. I'll post a link below in the description just in case you want to go and print it off. Also, before we go outside, I do have the 3D pen right here to show off. It is the Simo 3D pen. If you open up the box here, it's got all kinds of things. The first thing that you'll notice is it does also have ironing and soldering as well. But then we have our wire tool right there in case we want to do some wire cutting or foam cutting. And then here is the pen itself. It is pretty awesome, guys. I do have to say, the only thing that gripe that I have is it has to always be plugged in. Come on, camera, there we go. But it is an amazing little tool. I freaking love it. If you guys want to buy it or purchase it, I'll have a little link down below just in case you want to find it. There are also several kits you can buy for it. So I have the foam cutting set. I also bought the wood burning set and the soldering set. I didn't know that it came with pretty much all three of these inside of the actual case itself. So I bought more. But I have it, and I'm excited to use it a little bit more as we start doing 3D printing. I really use the wood burning set for ironing PLA, which is fantastic. And also the soldering set is gonna come in handy when we do some of the electronics of our suits. And here are just a little example of the 3D welding. Pardon the burn there. I'm learning how to do it a little bit more. I'm probably gonna sand and paint this anyways, but you wouldn't even tell. This was one of the older prints that I had. I'll probably redo this entire helmet for Master Chief, just showing a little bit of the functionality of those ironing sets from 3D Simo. Really great. All right, now that I completely made a mess of the office, let's get outside. Let's get out of here. We can't forget to say good morning to Luna. Good morning. Here's a good girl. Here's such a good girl. All right, enough of that. Let's get out of here and get outside. I ended up taking my hoodie off because it's actually extremely hot out today. They're doing some lawn work here, so I apologize if you hear some things coming up. We're just exploring a little bit. Hey, how are you? I know there's a couple lakes around this area if I can get to. We'll see if I can get that far. I haven't really brought anything with me. Typically I bring a backpack, some water, maybe a snack just in case I get lost. We're gonna get lost a little bit together. We'll see. As I mentioned, I'm still pretty new at this. It makes it a little awkward when I'm filming in front of a lot of people walking around. I have a very active community that I live in, so there's a lot of people around there, and if they see me walking around with a selfie stick every day, maybe they'll think I'm a weirdo. Not to say that I'm not a weirdo, I am. I know I am. That's okay. I mentioned before the new Atlantis movie coming out. That animated movie is so fantastic. One of my favorites. And Milo, what a great character. If I could be anyone in an animated movie, it'd probably be either Milo or the guy from Treasure Planet. Why can't I think of his name? He's just so cool. What a nerd, but I love it. He also knows all these different types of languages. I think that's really cool too. It'd be awesome to learn a second language. My wife right now is currently learning Spanish. She is Mexican, so it makes sense that she would want to learn Spanish, especially for her family and my family too, because a lot of my family is Spanish speaking. We're from Peru, so, well, I say we, but really I'm from Colorado. My family's from Peru, half of it at least. So it'd be cool to be able to speak Spanish to them fluently and understand it. So I'd like to get on that grind a little bit with her. She's been doing really good with it. It's always silly doing these videos, but I'm getting better at it. And I think it's just enjoyable, kind of like a video diary. Going back to the questions of why for this channel, why am I doing this? Well, one of the main reasons why I'm doing this channel is because I'd like to document the next 10 years. I'm turning 30 at the end of June here, and I'd like to document the next 10 years of my life, just to look back and be able to see kind of my prime years, and also have these 10 years just be the most pivotal moments of my life. My wife and I would like to have a kid at some point this next 10 years. I'm gonna start 3D printing actively this decade. Obviously, it's gonna take some time to do, which is why I'm gonna be patient here. It's all in God's plan. I'm gonna let him work, and I'm just gonna have fun while we do it. And that's also why this channel is called Maker's Mirth, because if he's the maker, then the things that he gives me is my mirth, my laughter, my joy. And I want to openly express that because there's not enough of it in this world today, unfortunately. So if I can be joyful for you guys, joyful for myself, for my family, I will be. And that's a promise I can make. Now, without getting all sappy and stuff, I think there's a park up here I'm gonna go check out. So it looks really cool. Found this nice little trail here. I think I'm just gonna see how far I can take it. It's pretty cool. It looks like they're doing some lawn work. That is so satisfying. Very pretty. One thing I really appreciate about Colorado is there's a lot of outdoor locations you can walk to within a couple minutes of your house. It's a fun place to be. So a little background about myself. I was born and raised in a small town called Durango, Colorado. If you know it, it's paradise. However, it's just so small. I ended up leaving there, coming to Denver for college. I studied communications and marketing at Metro. My hobbies though, I love to ski. I love to golf as well. I think it's just kind of something that I grew up with. Skiing was a big part of Durango's culture, especially because there's a lot of mountains there, so a lot of good snow. With that being said, I joined the ski team in high school and I started doing some competitions for moguls and aerials. Got real big into it, I enjoyed it. But after a while, my knees I started hurting a little bit more. I got older, things started creaking, joints started popping. It happens. So I went to college and decided, you know what? I'm just gonna start skiing for fun. And boy, did I. I remember one season, I did almost 113 days of skiing. I used to have my schedule set so that in the morning I'd wake up, go to class, and then in the afternoon I would end up going up to the mountains and ski for a half day. It was really fun. I actually started bringing along a lot of my lunches. I remember one of my favorite lunches to bring was spaghetti. So I would have a baggie full of spaghetti up on the chairlift in my coat and I'd be eating it out of my coat. It was really fun, really good time. Then came a lot of falls and crashes, some concussions. I just slowly started to fade away a bit. Not to say I don't love skiing still. I'm gonna still go up and have a good time. It's just something that I'll probably do on occasion now so that I can preserve my body for the future. I'd love to still ski when I'm in my 70s, 80s, and if I keep crashing like I used to, I don't think I will be able to. In the summers, I was on the golf team in high school. I played for several years. I wasn't the best on my team, but it was still really fun. And I still got to a couple competitions traveling. Now, I love to go golfing with my friends. There's a lot of great golf courses in Colorado too to go explore and see. It's something that I always recommend people to go. Fossil Trace being one of my favorites. I'd love to get to Arrowhead as well, but that's a very expensive course to get to. All right, I'm not too sure how far this trail actually goes. I've been just kind of walking in a straight line, but I've come to the realization that as far as I walk out, I'm gonna have to walk back. Might be several miles here today. We'll see what happens. Just kind of adventuring, exploring around, fun. This is a school, maybe, I'm not too sure. Now that I'm coming in my 30s though, I have different hobbies that are developing. One being 3D printing, obviously, but two, I just love hanging out with my wife. She's my best friend, she's awesome. And that means that I get to go and do things with her. Pickleball and golfing, she's a really fantastic golfer. But there's just other things that are on my mind and priority. It's not a bad thing. I think growing up just means your likes and dislikes are gonna change. And unfortunately, sometimes those dislikes and likes, things you used to do a lot. Definitely a different person nowadays than I was way back when, and that's okay. It's all about progression, all about change. As long as you're enjoying life, living life to the fullest, who cares? I think that's one reason why I'm doing a lot of these vlogs. Before I was kind of nervous, a little worried that, oh, I'll get judged, but at the end of the day, who cares? I enjoy it, it's kind of fun. It's a good time, and I'm sure I'm gonna find some people that also like these videos. If not, I get to see them down the road when I'm older, documented, and that's really cool. The day and age that we live in, where technology is so advanced that I can look at myself when I'm 80 and see all the stuff that I did when I was younger. It's pretty cool. Before, it was just all written down. And don't get me wrong, reading is really awesome, I love it, but man, I would hate to read a biography of myself. I'd rather just watch it and say, what a dummy. Plus also the jokes don't hit the same if you read them versus if you watch them. It's just gonna be a really great 10 years with you guys. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go through the hard times, the good times. And that's the thing, is not everything's gonna be good. I'm happy to share that with you guys too, because we're meant to struggle in this life, but it doesn't mean that we have to struggle alone. We can struggle together. That's what makes us strong. 2, 1, fight mill! As I was mentioning though, it's kind of just a moment in life where I'm changing, my body's changing. I want to kind of document and experience that together. Kind of rambling at this point. So let's quickly talk about what's going on with Elegoo and the Centauri Carbon. There's been a lot of updates to it. The official release date, it was such a great printer, and now it's also really cool to see that they're updating all the suggestions that people have been posting about on the Reddit thread. Some of the big updates that are coming is a new light bar, which was one of the biggest gripes for most people. It had a small tiny light. Now it's actually a little bit nicer and a little bit bigger. The other thing is a lot of people are having some issues with their printers. I can't say whether it's going to be the same for me. I hope it's not, but I'm very excited regardless. But I have to commend Elegoo for doing the work that they're doing right now, because they really are supporting their community and supporting their fans by updating constantly and reaching back out. Not to say there's going to be some hard moments, especially between customer and vendor, where you have to kind of make some hard decisions, right? But for the most part, they really are doing their best, and I love that about them. So high five, good job Elegoo, love it. But my current order is EU S1E2, and I believe the specific date that I'm supposed to be receiving it is anywhere between June 30th and early July. Now, I'm hoping that it arrives before my trip to Mexico, but if it doesn't, then unfortunately we're gonna just have to wait and have a little bit more filler videos like this. And I do apologize that this is a 3D printing channel, but we haven't 3D printed a thing yet. That's to come though, and I'm very excited to get into it. But while we wait, we can talk about some exciting things too. Like, you need to get into Iron Flame if you haven't. What a great book. I have a lot of books on my TBR too. I didn't know this, but I had a friend recommend Jurassic Park because it's really more gruesome, a little bit more dark and bloody in the book. I had no clue. That's kind of fun. I like having those thrilling moments. If you haven't read the Murderbot Diary series by Martha Wells, I believe, so good, really good. Get into it. It's a short read. Each book is pretty small, but man, it is thrilling and so captivating. I think I read the first several books within a couple days, maybe. I just locked me in, and I like that sci-fi fantasy kind of AI goes rogue. It's really fun, good one. But I have other TBR ones. Brandon Sanderson, I believe. The Way of the Kings, I can't remember the book name. And then I have several others that I want to get into. Ready Player One, I've loved the movie. I hear the book is even better than the movie. But maybe a year ago or so, I just finished the Dune series. That's a great book too, if you haven't read it. And as you know, the movies are fantastic.
Listen, I gave.
But yeah, I'm a book nerd too, so what's it to ya? Anyways, and we're getting back to the beginning of where I started on this trail. Currently at 2 miles, not too bad. We'll probably get to about 4 miles today, just on this walk. If you've gotten this far too in the video, I want to commend you and say thank you so much. It takes a lot to watch just a random stranger on the internet talking about his random life and book obsessions and 3D print obsessions. So thanks for joining in. I also want to encourage you, like and subscribe down below. Follow along, because it's going to be a fun journey. I'll be doing weekly vlogs like this right around in the middle of the week, and hopefully see some cool adventures as well. And if you haven't already, go find me on Instagram. We have a full channel there, and I'll be posting small little updates throughout the week on what's going on in my life and things that pertain to the channel. Maker's Mirth, I appreciate you so much. Let me ask you real quick, what else do you guys want to see on this channel? If there's anything that I'm missing, I don't want to skip anything, so if there's anything you'd like to see, comment down below, let me know. Colorado's really cool, so I'm not opposed to traveling too. If you want to check out the surrounding areas, any landmarks, you just gotta let me know and I'll get you there. All right, we're on our way back now. I had to cross over the river there. just to talk about some of the adventures I'd like to go on. I would love to do the incline. I've never done it before. I think it'd be really cool to actually experience. I also would love to get to Hanging Lakes. That's up in the mountains. I'd love to show you guys Red Rocks. I'd love to show you guys Garden of the Gods. I'd like to show you a few of those mountain peaks as well, some 14ers. I've hiked quite a few of them, maybe 6 or 7. There's a lot that I haven't done yet, and there's so many in Colorado because the Rocky Mountains are near. Can't believe I haven't talked about this yet, but over the weekend my wife went viral. Well, it wasn't her post, but her practice posted, and she was the main person in it. That's pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. It's just so beautiful today. Get outside, go on a walk. Pause the video, come back to it, obviously, but no one goes outside anymore. Get outdoors. What are you doing? I'll wait. Okay, welcome back. So we're officially getting to the 4-mile mark. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So we're gonna make our way back to the house, whip up some food, go say hi to Luna, get on with the rest of our day. Let's head back. All right, guys, I am back at my house. Thank you for taking a walk with me. Thank you for talking with me today. It's been really fun hanging out with you. The next couple weeks are gonna be a little bit challenging just to get some videos out, mostly because I'm actually taking a trip in about 2 weeks. But stay tuned. We're gonna just have fun with it. Next week, we're gonna have another vlog, so hit that subscribe, hit that like button down below. Leave a comment if you can. And I just wanna say thank you so much for watching this. It's kind of fun, and I enjoy it too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But without further ado, I'll see you next time. Bye.